music videos, Tokyo Dome, new places around the world. This is the AKB48 group news of the week. I'm Mr. Josh Bucks, and I will inform you all about the AKB48 group and the Sakamichi series. And if this is your first time, I go order of 48 graduated members and 46. You can always see what section you're on the top right of the screen. Bam, right there. First thing I want to talk about real quick is something I talked about 2 weeks ago, which is how AKS will now support the overseas fan by having an English side to the website. And actually they released a guide on how exactly to do this. So you can go down in the link below and follow along if you're interested in concerts or in theater shows that they release. Next up is a little bit of interesting news, which is a little bit out of nowhere. But that's Akimoto Yasushi is actually going to produce a different group. And it's a little bit different because it's actually going to be with the TV show, think America's Got Talent / American Idol, where it's actually competition to see the 7 members who will actually be in it. And the interesting thing is, anyone can apply. That includes professionals, amateurs, people in the 48, and Sakamichi. So anyone can participate to be in this exclusive group. And it's about building the best idol team. And it's actually called The Last Idol, which is kind of like weird title because I don't know if he's saying like, yo, this group is so good that it's going to demolish all other idols and these should be like the last idols ever. And I mean, the winners actually get a CD at the end and will start their own group. First auditions actually start 8th of July, which is actually today when I'm recording it in Japan time. But then in my time, it's not, but Japan time it is, which means the first auditions are starting now. If you want more details about that, link will be down below, as well as a little trailer about the actual series. The trailer is actually with different people. I saw Marty Friedman in there, and I don't know exactly what they're talking about, but I'm pretty sure this show will be interesting if it's what I imagine it will be, kind of like American Idol meets a regular idol show where they have to do different stuff, because they have to participate in like different idol activities and also singing and like, if it has like all the idol recommended stuff, then I imagine this will be a really interesting show seeing the professionals, AKB Sakamichi versus the amateurs up and coming people. So definitely something to keep your eye out on. Now next bit of news is about AKB48 in a brand new sort of advertisement / promotional deal with Sony Bravia. We have Kojima Mako, Mutotomo, and Iriyama Anna who are actually in this little video where they show off the voice function of the Sony Bravia. Now, go to your local Best Buy and try this out. I'm pretty sure some of you will have problems with this because if you look up AKB or Koisoru Fortune Cookie, stuff like that, it won't show up because of that region block. Gotta love that region block. I can imagine just going to a Best Buy, just screaming into the microphone, high tension, and seeing what pops up and then everyone else being all confused. And next up is about NMB's 3rd album, which I kind of mentioned 2 weeks ago, but now we have more details about it. First up is the cover art that came out. Type N, I like a lot. The other ones are a little bit too yellow, not the racist yellow, like the hues are too yellow in the actual picture. And the regular edition I like because it has Mito in the front, and who can disagree with that? Probably a lot of people. And that comes out August 2nd, but we do have a music video that came out for one of the songs which Mito centers in. It's called Masaka Singapore, and they actually filmed it in Singapore. The theme of this music video is kind of like, there's the golden microphone, which Saika had, and now it's being passed down to Mito kind of thing. And even though Mito's the center, I feel like Saika still gets a little bit more screen time than her in this music video. And also I noticed in the beginning, they spelled January wrong. They spelled January, which is not spelled right. You're kind of missing an A there, but I guess I'll overlook it. But something I can't overlook is the oversaturation of some of the scenes. Go watch the music video for yourself and look at some of the beach scenes, especially when it's just focused on certain members. You can see how crazy it is. You can even see it in the makeup and the eyes of the girls. But overall, what I thought about the music video was, this music video is good. Bikinis do not distract me. It is all about the song. And there's something else about NMB, and that is that they will hold their first ever Asia tour. And this will start August 5th in Kobe, but the first day is without Yamamoto Saika, but then the 6th, she comes back, and the rest of the time they'll be in different countries like Thailand, Taiwan, and Hong Kong. So if you're interested in that, you can see down in the link below for further information on that, and I think it goes up until October 1st, so you can go and check it out, especially if you're in the region. Definitely recommend going. Next up, we have SKE48's 21st single, which actually the preview came out for the music video. And with the single coming out so soon, July 19th, I feel like the music video was definitely needed, and I'm glad that it's here. And my thoughts on the music video are, this music video is good. Bikinis do not distract me. It is all about the song. Next bit of news is that SK48 will have a new TV show. I know they had one before, but I don't think it did that good. I mean, I really didn't watch it. But hopefully with this one, called SKE48's No Fun Fun Drive Live, let's see how this turns out. It is on local TV though, so I don't know how much of us overseas fan can watch this. But it will be sponsored by Aichi Toyota and will come out July 17th. So if there's any way for us to watch it, then watch it and see how it turns out. Next up is the team without a theater. No, I'm not talking about Team 8, I'm talking about STU48, who does not have their boat. But even though they don't have a boat, they will have a CD. And this CD will come out November 1st under King Records label. So with this, maybe finally we'll get our hyped up song that should be on a cruise ship and not a slow song that really doesn't match the vibe of a boat. I imagine everyone going on the boat listening to this and just falling asleep instead of partying hard. And just as I'm talking right now, SKE actually revealed another preview of a music video for a coupling song of the Type A. So you can go check that out in the link below as well. Now next up is with HKT and their 10th single, which comes out the 2nd of August, the day after STU48's single. So I wonder if there'll be some sort of competition there, especially since, you know, we got Sashi being in STU and HKT, so I'm wondering how that's gonna work out. She's probably gonna be like, yo, just buy both of them, buy STU, buy HKT. I mean, you vote for me so many times during Sosenkyo, you can afford both of these CDs, right? But for center, we have Matsuoka Hana, who actually has centered before, so it'll be interesting to see how she does this time around. And next up, we have something that happened in Paris, which is Japan Expo. If you guys remember, Nogizaka has been there before, and now Kashiwagi Yuki goes to Paris for Japan Expo. She performed her own like little solo concert there, and it was funny. If you look at Twitter or even YouTube this, you can see different people recording her and then her messing up the lines to a very famous song. I'll just have to wait for you guys to go watch it and enjoy that video because it's a pretty popular song. She's singing it and she goes, huh? Nandake? And doesn't remember at all what she said. Now, if only someone could come over here to the US and perform again. Looking at you, Nogizaka, it's your turn. And next up, we do have some sad news, and since English speaking, kind of have to support the English speaking members, and unfortunately, another member who speaks English is going to graduate, and that's Kamieda Emika, who is actually from NMB. Now, as I've talked about before, she does have her own little show where she actually teaches English, kind of plays around with it, which is Kamieda English, for those of you who don't know. And this show was really enjoyable. But now that she's going to graduate, she says she wants to further study language and she's going to go overseas to study it. And by the end of the month, the 31st of July, she will actually be graduated. So it's unfortunate to see another one go, which means we have only 2 left really. And I guess full on support for them, right? And that'll do it for 48. So let's go on to the graduated. And first off, we want to talk about a photo book that's going to come out. It's with former SKE48 member Abiru Riho, and she's actually releasing it pretty soon. It'll come out the 28th of July with the title of Re-Holiday. Now, I haven't seen many previews for this. I mean, if she was in your attention, then I recommend picking it up, although I don't really see a lot of attention from me to pick it up personally. But then again, if you like this member, definitely go pick it up and support her. Next up, we have something I talked about a long time ago, like way back, and it's with Ajin, with Kawaei Rina in it. Now, Ajin is a manga made into 3D anime movie and then now into live action movie, but Kawaei Rina is in it and a trailer actually came out for it. It looks pretty cool. You can see her kind of in her business suit and with her long hair with the little curled ends at the end. Anyway, that movie comes out the 30th of September and it looks pretty good so far. CG doesn't look too bad, so we just have to wait and see to see exactly how well it is. And last bit of graduating news is with our former graduating member, which I actually talked about 2 weeks ago that she was going to graduate, but now she's already graduated and moving on to something else. And that's Hamamatsu Riona, who is actually joining the Miss Sophia Contest 2007 at Sophia University. And thanks to this, she made her own Twitter and Instagram account, which you can see down below. And you can actually vote for her once a day and show your support for our former English speaking, well, she still speaks English, our former member who speaks English. And I mean, she's been responding back and forth with a lot of international and Japanese fans, so I definitely recommend giving her a follow. Next up is the 46 side, with Nogizaka releasing their 18th single. And with this, I think today, if not tomorrow, I don't remember what day it is anymore, it's been a long week, but they will announce the lineup for the Senbatsu of the 18th single. And I have high expectations for this. I want it to be Etomisa or Wakatsuki Yumi or Sakurai Reika. I feel like those are strong, but since it's a summer single, I kind of want it to be Shirai Shimai again. Let's get another girls' rule, another strong song in the summer. And none of that double center stuff. Let's just get pure Mayan, please. And next up is something exciting, and it's a new album and a grand concert that's going to happen for Nogizaka. The first bit is that the Undergirls of Nogizaka will actually release their own Under album. That will be in autumn, as well as they will have a live from October 14th to 20th. So if you're in the area, definitely recommend going to check that out. What I've heard from Undergirls shows is that it's very intense and very personal and a little bit different than the overall group. But I was talking about a grand concert before, and that's because they are actually going to Tokyo Dome. Yes, the once legendary place where AKB went, now Nogizaka gets to go. It will be for 2 days, and it will be in November 2017. Now, I'm super interested in this. To be honest, I think if I get tickets, I might go. I mean, that'll be like November me going plus February for the birthday live. So that's going to be quite a bit of money. But I feel like with Tokyo Dome, I have a little bit better chances. So if I do get the tickets, then I probably will go. So crossing fingers on that. And of course, I will make a video based on that. Next up is a new commercial for Nogizaka, and that's with Jalan.net, where they actually have little cat ears and they like do weird stuff in kimonos. And I recommend going to watch the commercial itself because I think it explains it far better than I would be able to explain it. And there's even like making of and everything on the YouTube channel, again, link down below. And a quick little news I want to add, you know, just because it's my favorite show, with NogiEigo, you will actually get to see all 12 third-gen members trying to speak English to one another and to the English teacher there, as well as the English comedian that's there, as well as the Japanese comedian. It's a really funny show. If you have not watched NogiEigo, I definitely recommend it. Only the first episode is English subbed, but you kind of get the gist of it with the rest of the episodes since like a third of it is in English. So yes, look forward to that July 9th, which is actually tomorrow based on when I upload this. And by the way, it is 60 minutes long, so it is a special, so be looking forward to that. And next up is Wakatsuki Yumi in another stage play. She was recently in the Inuyasha one, but now she's in a new one called Smart Moteryman Seminar. I had to say that a couple times. But basically, I don't know anything about this, but it will be touring Japan from November to December. That's all I know. I just read the article and I'm just saying it pretty much. But something exciting that's happening is Keiya Bingo 3, that's 6-3, that's going to come out. It will start July 18th, so you can expect all the members to be there, including Hiragana. And even if you look at the preview image, they have like weird, like it looks like they're going to go play tennis or something with their outfits. So I don't know what to expect exactly from this. So that should be interesting to see at the very least. Next up is something I missed 2 weeks ago because it happened like 2 hours or 1 hour, I don't even know, after I recorded. And it's a summer national tour in August. We have an official fan club that you can join for Keyakizaka. And we have a mobile game that will be released. Not a lot of details about that yet, but that should be pretty cool. I imagine it will be different than Nogi Koi. Actually, I just remember there is news about the mobile game. I had to like scroll down to my notes in order to remember. So there is a website which you can see down below, and it is confirmed to be this year when it will release. The title of the game is Kiyaki no Kiseki. And something else that came out is the Eccentric music video. Eccentric is one of my favorite songs in the single that just released, and I'm so glad they did a music video on it. and I think it turned out great. I think the wind and the water really added to the whole atmosphere of the music video, and the fact that they had zooming spots available and even had like a little cameo by her was super cool of the management to do that. And actually, before the music video came out on the music day, they actually performed it live, and let's just say it was very interesting and odd. Some could say eccentric, but I feel like it was a little bit forced eccentric with the whole crab walk situation and the shoe situation. If you don't know what I'm talking about, definitely look up the performance on the music day. Trust me, you'll know it when you see it. And 2 bits of news real quick. Let's bring it down a little, and something happened at the Keyakizaka handshake event, like the day after I recorded, and it was someone threw a flare into one of the lanes, which is kind of dumb to do. Why would you throw a flare there? It wasn't a fan or anything, it was just like a stranger who's kind of crazy, and this actually happened, and it was thrown into Techi's lane, and a lot of smoke came out, and girls were missing from the next day, because, you know, you don't want anything else to happen. I mean, remember, these girls are kind of young, so their parents are still there telling them like what to do a little, and all these different factors play into this. But according to Chiba Nishi police, it was actually him that threw the flare, and inside of the pack, he actually had a knife. Now, it isn't like one of those like stab knife. It was like a fruit knife, what they called it. So I imagine it's like a butter knife here. And it was pretty long, in fact. So it could have done some harm. And thankfully, they caught him before anything major happened. And the way he did this was kind of sneaky. And I mean, I don't want to give him props, but it was sneaky what he did. He actually, from the inside area where usually you pass around photos and you don't need a ticket to get in, he says he found his lost bag and he gave it to Lost and Found. Then Lost and Found kept it after, you know, a staff transferred it to them. And then he came around later and was like, oh, hey, I lost my bag. Have you seen it? So then he got it. And, you know, security didn't check at the bag because it's just a regular Lost and Found. You know, there's kind of that trust going on. So he got the bag. Right when he got it, he threw the flare. And I guess they caught on, tackled him or something, and they took him away. The suspect was Abe Ryohei, who was 24 years old, and he's actually unemployed, and he said he wanted to stab a girl and everything, and thankfully nothing happened. Let's just leave it at that. Nothing happened. But now, thanks to this, Sakamichi series is going to be a little bit more strict with their rules, and they're going to check IDs for like concerts and stuff. They're going to have to go and see if you have a handshake ticket in order to actually enter the event, even in the little side areas. So I mean, meanwhile, this is a good thing that they're increasing security. It's also a bad thing because like it might be a little tougher for foreigners like me to buy tickets secondhand from buyers now that you need like the name and the ID on the same ticket. So that might be something to keep in mind when you're trying to buy tickets, as I know I'm going to be having to soon. So we'll see how that turns out. Come on, Sakamichi, it's your turn to release the English side for us. And since that was like a little bit of a downer, I want to bring up something good that happened, and that's a cool little video with Habu, who actually played Resident Evil 7 on the PSVR. So watch that down below in the link below. Fun time, definitely go watch that if you're interested in it. And for this community section, I want to thank all of the people who actually helped me for AX and helping me film for future videos that will come out. They're pretty interesting videos. I have 2 in the lineup, and I'm sure all of you guys will enjoy it, and definitely look forward to that. I'll try to see when that will come out and give you a heads up on Twitter about that. So next week, I will be back talking about the news. There's no hiatus next week. There probably won't be until like November if I go to the concerts. There's nothing really planned so far. So if something comes up, again, I will mention it on Twitter, which is probably the best way to contact me and the best way to see what's up with me, as well as the cool stuff I retweet. So that will do it for this week. Thank you all for watching. You can go ahead and subscribe if you want to keep up to date with these news videos, as well as those 2 new videos that are going to come out. And trust me, they do relate with Nogizaka and with AKB and a lot of other stuff. So be looking forward to that. You can like the video if you liked it, and please leave a comment down below if you're looking forward towards the new videos that are going to come out, as well as other news that I talked about during this video. And I'm back now, so for the immediate future, there won't be any more hiatuses. So be looking forward to next week when I release another video. So once again, as always, thank you all for watching.